if you guys are on our YouTube channel, I'm going to hit refresh here. You'll see what it looks like, right? Still not showing up on the YouTube channel just yet. Give there a second. Where's this live? We go under live. There we go. There's our progress update. So if you want to see YouTube, we are now here on YouTube. So you can watch this presentation there, or just follow us, and in the future, whenever we have new stuff, you'll be the first to see. All right, awesome. Okay, you guys ready to get started? I'm definitely excited to show you some of the new things that we have. We've been really busy at work. We've created a lot of really cool stuff. So I'm excited to show you. Cool. Here's our agenda for today. We're going to talk about our newest algorithms first. I'm going to show you some of the new stuff that we've built. We have some pretty killer new things that we've made. I'm very excited about running some of these new ones, and some of the ones that we have been running have been doing very, very well. So I want to bring you up to speed there. So I'll talk about our newest algorithms. We'll also talk about our results, how we have been doing, how our algorithms have been getting results. So you can actually see that. We'll talk about tech improvements. We'll also talk about what's coming up next. And then we'll talk about our plans if you want to join, if you're not already a subscriber. I see a couple of you guys here are already subscribers. But if you're not, we'll talk about our plans, and you can actually get involved in all this stuff. And then we have a Black Friday sale that just started today. So if you guys want to save some money, we'll talk about that Black Friday sale. I'll have that coupon code ready for you as well. And then we'll have an Ask Me Anything at the end. Literally any questions you have about any of our algorithms, anything that we're doing, anything, you can ask me at the end. However, please don't leave your questions until the end. If you have any questions, feel free to turn on your microphones. Feel free to type it into the chat. It's a lot more interesting when this is a back and forth discussion. All right. So without further ado, let's jump into this. Okay, we got some viewers on YouTube as well. So that includes you guys on YouTube. So for those of you that are on YouTube, feel free to ask questions too. I'm going to be checking the chat there as well. So if you have any questions, feel free to post them there too. Don't think that you're left out just because you're not on Zoom. All right. Okay, cool. So before we get started, a little disclaimer, please make sure you read this. Very typical stuff for finance. Make sure you use a financial advisor, all that kind of good stuff. Please give this a good read before we get started. All right. And let's get it kicked off. So first things first, let's talk about our new algorithms. We have some very cool new ones that we've been running. So let me bring you up to speed here. So first of all, we actually launched our Congress following bots. I know a lot of you guys are very interested to see what happens here. We've actually gotten some really good results. Here's a Congress following bot that we created. I think I talked about this last time as well, but now it's actually been running for a while. We actually have some results back from it. So here's one that follows Nancy Pelosi. It's been performing quite well, and I'll show you that in a bit. But just want to show you here the back testing results of it. When we back tested this is simulated trading from January 3rd of 2019 to October 1st. When we simulated her portfolio, and the way that we did it is basically you can get all of Congress members' trades. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but this is a legal requirement. I think when Obama passed the Stocks Act, this became a legal requirement that Congress members have to disclose what they own, what they're buying and selling. So you could actually get what all Congress members are buying and selling, right? So for example, Kevin Hearn just bought McDonald's, also bought AIX Ventures Fund. He sold some treasury bills, sold Adobe, sold Apple, right? So you could go through and basically see how each Congress member is trading, what they're buying and selling. So in that way, we're able to put together a portfolio for Nancy Pelosi. We also have portfolios for a bunch of other Congress members as well. So it's not only her. If you guys are interested in following another Congress member, you can with our bots. However, Pelosi is kind of just the most popular one, and she is definitely a good stock picker. I'll give her that. We've been running this bot for a while. I'll show you the updates on how it's actually been running. This is our back test. It's actually been performing a heck of a lot better than this in real life. So I'll show you that in a bit. All right. Okay, so that's our Congress following bot. Let me know if you guys have any questions around that. This is available if you're part of our Pro plan or All Access plan. You get access to this bot and you can run it yourself, right? Here's another one that's following Mark Green. We also got some pretty interesting results with him for the Congress following bot. This is just an example another Congress member. He's actually done quite well. He trades a lot of oil companies, and as you can see here in the blue, and by the way, just in case you don't know how to read these, this is Nancy Pelosi. The average return that we got with her was 22% a year, which is a heck of a lot better than the stock market, which I think was doing around 10 to 15% a year over the same time period. And you can actually see here in blue is Nancy Pelosi's, the trading bot that we created. And then in yellow is the S&P 500. So you can see that it beat her, she beat the S&P 500 by quite a large margin using our trading bots. Here is also Mark Green. You can see that he also did quite well. He trades oil companies. What I think is very interesting when we created a bot for him is that basically it's just a straight line up. It's pretty crazy. The S&P 500 went through a bear market in 2022, just consistently. I don't know if you guys were trading during that time, but bear markets suck usually. Not with our algorithms though, because when the bear market was happening, just constantly going down, down, down. Mark Green's portfolio was basically didn't get affected at all. You can see here, basically straight through the bear market. It's almost like it never happened. So really interesting thing to follow Mark Green as well. It's another Congress member, and we can follow whoever you guys want, right? If you guys are interested in following different Congress members, that's actually very easy to modify these bots to do that, right? Okay, cool. So we have our Congress following bots here. Okay. Another bot that I'm very excited about, and I'm actually in the process of trying to move like 200 grand into this. It's taking forever because banks just take so long to move money. It's crazy. Right? I need to move money to Interactive Brokers, but I'm about to put about 200 grand into this bot. And why is that? Right? I'll show you. I'll tell you about the back test first, and we'll talk about the actual results later. Okay. But here is this bot called Alpha Picks. It's using this product here. Okay, this product is called Alpha Picks by a company called Seeking Alpha, which you may have heard of. These guys, they're doing even better since yesterday. But these guys, so Seeking Alpha is, you've probably heard of them. They're like a news blog site. A lot of people post things on there about the different things that, different things in finance. There's a lot of really smart finance people on there. So what they decided to do is they've been around for a while, and they decided to make this new product called Alpha Picks, which basically they send you a new stock pick twice a month, right? So 2 stock picks per month based on all the data they have. And they have a lot of data that they collect from all these different people that are posting blogs and such. And they have like a factor investing kind of approach where they are looking at different criteria, and they'll figure out, okay, this is a really good stock to invest in, right? They have done very well for me over the years. Let me show you some examples of why I'm so crazy about this. I'm going to log into one of the accounts I control here. Let me just log in. And I'll show you why I'm so excited about this bot and why we're moving so much money into it. So here, I'm going to go down. This is my Royal Bank investment account. We're moving money from here. This is my other account's gone. But here's this is a $1 million account, $1.1 million now. It's grown quite a bit over the years. This is what account that I manage. And essentially, if you look into here, there's a couple positions that have made us a lot of money over the years. One of which is this company called Modine Manufacturing. So this was a pick that Alpha Picks made back in, I think, about a year ago or so. I think around a year ago, they gave this pick and said, buy this stock. They gave some criteria. I was like, you know what? I don't even know what your criteria is. I kind of Googled them quickly. I'm like, you know what? Whatever. Let's invest in them. Let's just see what you guys can do. I put in $25,000 into this investment. It is now worth $168,000, almost $167,000. I've made $143,000 on the single pick that Alpha Picks gave me, right? They gave this, they suggested to buy this a while ago, and it has paid off very, very well. So that's one pick that they gave. Another one that they gave is Powell Industries. This is another really good one. So in other words, Modine Manufacturing has made me 555% in like a year. Crazy, crazy returns on that one pick, okay? Another one is Powell, is another one that they suggested. I put in about 15K, so 14,934, and it's now worth 68,000. So I made $53,000 or 355% on this one pick in the past. What is this? I think 6 months ago, maybe 8 months ago that they sent this out. It's pretty recent. Huge returns on Powell as well. Another one that they gave, this is a more recent one, Sprouts Farmers. I put $23,000, is now worth 42,000. This is something like 3 months ago, maybe, right? Another one is Synchrony Financial. I put in 13,000. It's worth now 20,000, so 44% return. This was maybe 2 months ago, very recent. So as you can see here, very high returns. We're getting really good returns. The picks that I've gotten from Alpha Picks have made me personally something like 200,000, I think, between all these, maybe $250,000 I've made off of these picks. Incredible, right? So really good returns from this. So I'm a big fan. So Seeking Alpha, this is awesome. They have this product. Basically, this is how they've been doing. So over this time period, from July 22 all the way up until today, the S&P 500 is up about 56%. Alpha Picks is up by 180%. So more than triple the returns of the stock market over this 2-year-ish period, right? Really good returns. As you can see, a lot of the picks have actually performed very well for me. So, but the problem is, you can go to Seeking Alpha and you can get this product, right? But the problem is, and this is the problem that I had and why we built this thing in the first place, is I missed a couple, right? They give you 2 picks a month, right? And they're constantly saying, okay, add this, remove this. They're constantly moving things around, right? A lot of times they'll say, there's every 2 weeks they give a new company. And a lot of times they'll take things off the list because like this company's not doing well, take it off the list, right? So they do that very often. And I found that I was missing these very often, right? You're busy, right? Life is difficult. You have things to do, right? Families to take care of, your day job, whatever. So we built a bot that basically just copies them, right? Copies exactly what Seeking Alpha does. So we don't miss those things anymore. Okay. And I'll show you how they've been performing because we have had some really crazy results with this so far. I'm very excited about this. And I can't wait to move more money into it. As you saw there, I actually managed in this portfolio about $2 million. And 1 million of it right now is kind of sitting in the ether. So I'm trying to move it over to Interactive Brokers. So as soon as that gets moved for me, I'm going to be putting something like 200 grand into this bot specifically because I'm very excited about this. Cool. So that's our Alpha Picks bot. I think that one's an awesome one. I'm a big fan personally. But we have a bunch of others. Okay, so we talked about our Congress following bot. This is a new one. Seeking Alpha bot is a fairly new one. We also made some changes to our Iron Condors. We've made some pretty cool new versions of it. If you've been following us for a while, this is one of our signature bots that we have been trading for some time and actually have some pretty good results with. And we made some pretty cool new updates to this, right? So actually, this is there's a newer version of it. I want to see if I can find that. We made a newer version that had some really crazy. Yeah, no, that's not it. We actually had a crazy result in this. I just back tested it. If you go forward, this is from October 15th, 2020 to October 14th, 2024. So a 4-year time period. I actually ran this last night over a longer time period from January 2020 up until basically yesterday. And I got about 175% a year return from it in back testing. So pretty crazy. It is a riskier version of the spot. The drawdown is higher, but holy crap, the returns are very high. So I've recently put some money into this. So far, we don't really have too many results yet. It's been not the greatest time for Iron Condor bots in general, but also just hasn't really ran for that long yet. But in back testing, we're seeing some pretty crazy results. I'm excited to see what happens with this going forward. But we did get some feedback, right? Because we've been running these Iron Condor bots for a while, and some of them have done very well. Like for example, here's our version 4. It's up 12% since September 12th, right? Doing quite well, very stable. Our SPY 9, this one, let's see a longer term version of it. This is longer term, right? We decided to kind of combine these. This is something that we did actually last night, right? We decided to combine these two bots. This is our SPY 9, which pays a lot of attention to the VIX And we have our SPY4 that does a martingale and creates this very stable looking result. We've been getting some feedback from customers. They don't like seeing these drawdowns. People really like seeing very stable results. So in that effort, we created 2 new versions. So here's one new version that we're calling SPY 25. Okay. We're able to back test this from April 25th up until November 15th. So this past week. Going back, was that like a year and a half now? We can't back test that long because this indicator that we're using was not around before April 25th. So we're only able to get about a year and a half, but the results are pretty freaking crazy. I got to admit, looking at this, I'm very excited to put some money into this. We're going to run this in paper trading for a little bit just to make sure things are working properly, but I really want to put some money into this. 92% a year, very low max drawdown. So very low drawdowns, very high returns, and very stable looking graph, right? When you look at this, this is almost like a straight line, right? When we're looking at this thing, this is what we're expecting to see is something kind of like this martingale 4, and I'll show you a longer version of it. Here's us actually running it. This is running it since June of 24. So we're running this for about 6 months or so. And you can see exactly the way that our back test predicted, very stable. It's up 17.5% since June. So doing very well and very stable increases in returns. But the thing is that this version, the Martingale 4, this went a little bit conservative, right? When we back tested it, we expected it to make about 35% a year. We're pretty much in line with that, okay? But this new version that we just created, we're expecting a 92% a year return. Way higher, right? Basically like double your money every year type of thing, right? That's what we're expecting from this based on our back tests, okay? So basically like this Martingale 4, very stable, nice upward returns. You see little bumps every once in a while, but they're very short in nature, right? You can see that here on this graph, you have these little bumps every once in a while, but it's fine. It recovers quickly. 92% a year return, drawdown of only 17%. Crazy. This thing, I can't wait to put money into this. I'm thinking to put in like maybe 5 or even 10K into this one. And this other one that we created as well, which is even more stable looking. So kind of depending on what you prefer, right? This one has a very low drawdown of only about a 10%. And this is an 82% annual return that we're predicting based on our back tests. And so far, our back tests have been pretty damn accurate with these things. So I would say that this is a very likely outcome for this bot, right? Legally, I can't say it's guaranteed or anything like that. But if I were to bet on it, I'd bet that the graph actually looks very similar to this in the long run, right? And the way that we did this is basically we combined SPY4 with SPY9, the learnings we got from each one of those. They both did very well despite very turbulent times, right? So the election is a very high volatility event. These iron condors, they don't tend to like volatility, right? So, some of them got rocked a bit, right? But SPY4 and SPY9 survived this period very well, right? They went through the election. It looked like nothing even happened, basically. We had these little dips, but other than that, very stable graph, right? And then same thing with SPY9 and SPY4 was able to get through that because of the martingale nature of it. So you have to lose multiple days in a row in order for that to happen. And it's quite a few in a row they have to lose. So because of that, you end up having this very stable thing because it's very unlikely that you lose that many days in a row. I don't even think we had more than like 2 days of losses or something like that. It's very, very mild. But this one, that's why you get this very stable looking result. And then SPY9 also did very well because it was paying attention to this indicator we got called the VIX one-day index. So basically, it's whenever volatility is high, it just stays away from it, right? So it's a little safer, right? So it just picks the days better, right? It just knows better. Okay, now is not the right time to trade. As you can see here, big flat periods at the beginning of the election time, right? It just basically avoided it. It's like, you know what? VIX is too high. I'm staying away from this, right? And then just recently started trading because things started to really go away in terms of volatility because, things became more clear, who was going to be president, all that kind of stuff. And it started trading again. And you can see that it's making very good returns, right? So we combine those two along with one other innovation. And for you guys here, Worth, I know you saw this, and I think, Gil, you're part of this too, when we added a larger wing size, right? And this is with that bigger wing size here, SPY 26. So there's a larger wing size, pays attention to the VIX, and has a martingale. So you end up getting this very stable looking graph with very high returns. So I'm very excited about these two. I'm planning to put some money into these very shortly. We're going to run these in paper trading and see how they work out. So very excited about these. I posted them into our Discord last night too. I don't know if you guys saw that. Cool. So excited about those. So we talked about our Congress follow bots, we talked about our Alpha bots, we talked about our New York bots. And then one last thing we've been working on recently, and we actually spent some time on this last night. If you guys are part of our Tuesday class, I know some of you guys are, we've been working on a crypto sniper bot. This thing I think is a very interesting idea. If you've never heard of a sniper bot before, basically what it does, for those of you that are crypto enthusiasts and know what I'm talking about, is paying attention to the Solana blockchain for whenever new things get created, right? So every time someone creates a new coin or creates like a new meme coin or whatever, we get a notification of that, right? So, you know, Kevin Coin, I think was what came out yesterday when we were messing with it. And there was all these weird names that people come up with. A lot of Trump related meme coins as well. So people are constantly putting out these coins. And then when the coin comes out, we get that notification. And then this thing goes out and buys it and then sells it soon afterwards, right? Because you tend to see these really big pops, right? When a new coin comes out, we tend to see this big jump in price very quickly. And then if you could capitalize on that, you know, we're still trying to figure out how to get this thing in trade. It's not finished yet, but it is a work in progress. If this thing actually works properly, we're talking about we could potentially get like 1% on each one of these trades, something like that. And we're talking about, you know, we get maybe a new coin every minute, right? So if, theoretically, this thing could be making a 1% a minute, theoretically, right? We're still working on it. I think this would be a very interesting one once it's done. I've really been spending a lot of time on this. It's kind of hard to trade them because there's small meme coins and there's difficulties with it. But this is a work in progress, and I'm very excited to see how this one works out. If it works out well, I think this thing could like potentially like double someone's money like every day kind of thing. I don't think it would work with a large amount of money, but I think it's a very interesting concept. So if you guys are part of one of our plans, you can get that code. It's part of our GitHub library, and you can actually contribute to it and see kind of what we've been doing, because I think it's a very, very interesting thing to do. All right, cool. So those are some of our new bots. Any questions around any of those?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Good evening. Good evening.
How's it going?
All right. All right. Transfer my camera on.
Cool.
How's everything?
Doing good.
Yes.
Doing good. How are you doing?
All right. What program is compatible for futures trading?
So you can use our LumiBot technology to trade futures, right? You would need to pick a broker that actually trades futures, such as Interactive Brokers. I believe Tradier just added the capability as well, but we haven't added it yet. So you could trade futures with Interactive Brokers right now using our technology. We haven't spent too much time building futures bots yet, although I am having a conversation with someone on Friday, one of our clients, who has claimed that they're able to achieve some like 400% a year returns using futures, with like a very stable looking graph. So that definitely got my attention. I don't want to share that because it's still kind of behind closed doors. So I don't want to go too deep into that. But I'm having that conversation on Friday, and we'll see if we could actually use that to build some bots using our technology to run that. That's definitely something that I'm very interested in. I think that's a very cool thing to do. You know, I think futures trading, because of leverage, and if you trade it right, I think you make quite a bit of money doing it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So keep an eye out. You know, I think we'll have some futures bots over the coming weeks or months, because we do have the technology to do it. We just haven't built anything like that yet. But I'm starting to see a lot of people that are getting some pretty damn good results. And I actually have a couple of ideas. I think we could use some of the ideas of what we have. For those of you guys that are part of our Tuesday class, and you know, if you want to join us, by the way, if you join our pro plan, you can actually join us and help us build one of these things. That's basically what we do every Tuesday is we build these things, right? One idea that I personally have is to have a bot that does like trend following, right? So it would look at, okay, if you check a couple boxes and say, okay, we're in a certain trend, you have a pretty high probability to say that that trend's going to continue for a couple minutes, right? Like short term, right? We're in a trend, follow it for a few minutes, right? And then put like a martingale type thing on it, right? So if you win, you keep the money. If you lose, you double down the next time, and you keep doing that. And I've seen some other companies that do this, and they've gotten some pretty crazy results. So I think that type of bot could achieve like triple digit returns per year. So I'm actually very interested in creating something like that personally, right? If you have some ideas of your own, you could join us on Tuesday nights and we could actually build this stuff, right? You could be a part of that process of creating these things.
Oh, okay. Appreciate it.
Cool.
One more question. So I'm more of a, what would you suggest to someone who is more of a day trader than a stock trader? Even though I'm basically restudying stock situations right now. And of course, this whole trading game is moving so forward to AI. From me doing my due diligence and the information I've gathered this past year, to the point that would be the only way that we'll be trading, if I'm not mistaken, is through AI opposed to manually. Correct?
I think so. I think that's going to be the case. Actually, we're getting ready to start raising some money to build an AI product as well, right? So we're thinking to build like an AI where basically you could talk to it and it'll create a bot for you and start trading for you. We want to build a product like that. So I'm going to be raising some like $1 million to build something like that soon. We're just kind of getting our accounting together and putting things together. But probably around January, February, we're going to start doing fundraising round to actually build something like that. Because I agree. Long term, right now we're building these bots. It's kind of like a manual process going through all this stuff. But I think eventually AI is just going to be so good that you can just talk to it and build it for you, right? So we want to build out a product like that and actually make that a reality. Because as far as I know, that doesn't exist yet. But it's definitely something that we have the capability of doing, right? So yeah, it's something I'm very interested in. If you want to invest in our company in the future, that's something that we will be sending out emails for and whatever. So if you're interested in being part of that vision, we will be raising money for that. So yeah, so just little side note there.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. It's cool. Good questions, man. Are there any futures bots that you're particularly interested in? Is there any kind of strategies that you're trying to build or that you're working with?
Well, of course, the norm basic strategy, respecting the supply and demand zone. That's one. Testing out the market. Basically, the market strategy that I use on a regular when it comes to trading. And right now I'm trading with a prop firm. I'm basically in my, I call it second stage of trading. I've been trading that's a little over 4 years, not going on 5 years. I took a break. When I came back, I had to relearn because I'm trading futures now. I was trading Forex until the whole offshore situation happened and confusion. So I was introduced to futures, and then I was introduced to a prop firm. And it takes quite some time just to find the right prop firm that's legit, that pays. Right. Opposed to the client, and then you still have to be aware of the companies that you choose, because I've learned even if the company has a reputation of being solid and legitimate for the past 2 decades, you still have to be mindful of the current state of the key players at the moment, because they rotate like athletes in the league. Meaning, okay, we have a good team for the championship, but next year is not going to be the same team. So the chances of winning the championship are a little slim. In other words, you have to watch it like certain companies who had solid reputations, but now they have new players, and some can be hedge fund brats who just run the company into the ground. and now you get what I'm saying.
I
So
know a
you
few
know,
of
so
those.
right.
Yeah.
So that's why, you know, I'm temporarily on a prop firm. But of course, I would go. I am going back to funding a personal account again on something like a Ninja Trader. You know, because Ninja Trader is pretty solid as far as personal futures account is concerned. So
Cool.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah, it's super interesting. Yeah, it makes sense. A lot of prop firms do futures trading. I think there's a lot of potential in futures trading just because there's that leverage component that you could use.
right.
Yeah, so I think that's really cool. I do want to build some futures bots for those of you guys that are here. You know, I know a couple people that join us on Tuesdays on a regular basis. This is me officially kind of saying that'd be cool to actually build that out because we do have the capabilities of doing that. So I think that'd be very cool.
How about copy trade?
Well, this is a copy trading bot, AlphaPix.
Okay.
Right? That is a copy trading bot. We do have another bot that does copy trading for individuals from like Schwab accounts. So we've been doing that quite a bit as well. That's not something that we have available yet, but I've spoken to one of our customers and he wants to have that available soon too. So we've built a couple copy bots. A lot of these are day trading bots. Like this is a day trading bot, or Condor Martingale. These are day trading, right? This is the Crypto Sniper bot is a day trading bot. So a lot of these are day trading bots, right? So I know you mentioned that, so I just want to kind of clarify. The only ones that are not day trading bots, this is not day trading, and this is not day trading, right? But the rest of the ones I showed today, and by the way, this is not all the bots that we have. We have quite a bit more than this, but the majority of the ones I showed right now are day trading bots.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Bring those futures ideas to Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Love to see them.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to build something like that. You know, we have the capability now. We have our interactive brokers set up. It's working properly. So we could actually build something like that. And I don't think it's actually that hard. I was on a call with there's tons of these companies that sell like futures bots. They're really expensive. They're like $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 to get these bots, right? That's kind of where we want to go as a company as well, that kind of price point. You know, we just want to have more of a track record before we raise our prices that high. But when I was talking to one of them, I forget, I think it was Eminence Pro or something like that. When I spoke to them, I got a pretty good idea as to like what their strategy is, and it's not that complicated, right? Like basically, it's trend following is kind of the easiest thing to do, right? If you're looking at trends, right, you could say, okay, how do you know it's a trend? You could say it's trending up based on, you know, moving averages and a few other things, volume, whatever. You could do a bunch of things to kind of improve your hit rate, right? Like what is your percentage win rate, right? But even if you don't have a high win rate, like you could have a less than 50% win rate and put a martingale on that and still be very successful, right? So, you know, you could have, you know, 50, 60% win rate, let's say. I think that, you know, you don't really need more than that. You know, if you're above 50, that's great. And then, you know, just martingale it, right? Just double up, right? You lose, double up, lose, double up, lose, double up, right? And just have like safety mechanisms around that. And I think you can make a bot that does very, very well without very much effort, to be quite honest with you. So that's my thought process on futures. I haven't tried it yet, right? So this is theoretical, but I'd love to actually build that in one day in one of our Tuesday classes, because I think that's a pretty easy one to build and I think would be very successful.
Absolutely. Yeah, because copy trade takes the pressure off your daily goal. I should say your daily goal. So say if your daily goal was like, let's just say your daily goal is let's just say 2,500, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, you might have, let's just say six-figure account. Six-figure account prop is more shallow than a six-figure live account. We all know that, you know, because with the prop, you basically, the only real money, honestly, is the drawdown, right? Mm-hmm. What you're working with, whatever. However, say if like, okay, I want to make 2,500, 2,500. So instead, let's say 2,000 and no, I'm sorry, let's just say 5,000, right? Because it's more risk to go to 5,000. So the risk of that 5,000 might cost you somewhere between 500 to 1,000, possibly, right? Possibly, right? Instead, you're copy trading let's say you're copy trading 5 6-figure accounts, and it's less pressure. You put less pressure on yourself, and you just stop. You just make a profit of 1,000, maybe 1,200, but that 1,000, right? And then you say 1,000 times 5 is what? 5,000. So you made it a little easier, with copy trading, opposed to just having pressure on yourself with just one single account. That's what I love about copy trading, so it definitely helps out. And then I figure copy trading plus, an AI system trading is, to me, it's the perfect recipe to just manage and watch. Of course, you have to, I'm pretty sure from what I heard, periodically you have to reset because of the market shifts, whatever, so you have to program it. Or if they have it to program, whereas though it adapts to the market shift, which is even better, so.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with all of what you're saying, 100%. Yeah. There's, we've built a couple copy bots. It's kind of just like an easy way to win, right? Like I don't have to come up with a strategy, just someone else does it and we just copy them, right? It makes a lot of sense, especially what you're saying, diversify different people. That makes sense too. You could even do like strategies on top of them, right? You could copy their trades and do like other things on top of that, like risk management or martingaling or whatever, that sort of thing. So yeah, so I agree. I think those are all very solid ideas. Cool, man. Awesome. I just want to address some of these other questions here. So Avinash asked the question: crypto sniper is available to only Solana, or it can be applied to other cryptos such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, etc. Right now, it only works with Solana. The reason why we use Solana blockchain, because we have so many new coins being created very frequently. Solana is just like the most active blockchain, and also the transaction fees are very low. Right? If you're using something like Ethereum, Doge, whatever, we could do that. That's also something we could do, but the transaction costs can be prohibitive in some cases. So I don't know, but I do think that there's a lot of other crypto things that we can do, right? Especially if, they deregulate some, like we're expecting a lot of deregulation in the crypto industry. They start doing crypto options, crypto futures are now becoming more of a thing. I think there's a lot of interesting stuff that we can do there too, because if we could do futures for stocks, why not do futures for crypto too? Right? Same thing. Cool. And then other one here. So I heard about crypto contract trading, concept of whales and shrimps. Is this something that could be automated? I've never heard of that. What is whales and shrimps? I've heard of strategies where you copy whales, to kind of go back on that copy trading thing. You could actually follow, addresses on the blockchain, and you can just copy what whales do, right? Just find accounts that are just doing really well and just copy them, right? That's definitely something that we can do. Okay, so that is what you mean. So copy whales and that sort of thing. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely something we could look into. I think that'd be a cool one to build as well. In general, like I said, I think the whole copy trading idea is great. We built a couple copy trading bots, like AlphaPix is one example of that, and we're getting some crazy results. So I'm totally down to make more of these. I think it's a great idea. Yeah, and maybe that's something we could bring up in the Tuesday class as well. It'd be good, if we get some funding, we start doing this more often. We do it once a week. I'd actually like to start doing it more than once a week sometime soon, because there's a lot of really cool ideas of things that we could work on. Avinash, are there any penny stock copy bots? I don't know of any. And penny stocks are a little difficult to do copy bots for. You'd have to find a company that's giving you the picks, right? Because you can't, like, crypto is good because you could find them on the blockchain and you could see exactly what they're trading, right? But with stocks, it's a little bit more difficult because that's behind closed doors. You don't see what everyone else is doing. So you would have to have access to something that's giving you signals, right? So if you have something that is trading penny stocks that is giving good signals, then we could build a copy bot for that. But without those signals, it's a little challenging. Although on that topic, I did hear from a friend of mine, whatever, I don't want to give too many details because I don't want to get him in trouble. But he was telling me about a strategy that he knows has been making quite good money with penny stocks. And basically what they do is they do factor analysis, right? So they'll look at all these different penny stocks and they'll check, how much debt do they have? What's their PE ratio? How are they doing on social media? Like how good are their board members? Like all these different factors, they take all these things into account. And then we'll use that to say, okay, this is the good one to buy and these other ones are garbage. And apparently they get really good returns doing that, right? They manage like a lot of money doing that sort of thing, like billions. So I think that's a pretty cool idea. I think that could be built into an entire hedge fund. Actually, I could, make a ton of money off that. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on penny stocks. So if you know anything that gives good recommendations for penny stocks, let me know. We could build a bot around it. They're actually, copy bots are actually fairly easy to make when you have the data. Yeah. Cool. Okay, awesome. Any other questions, guys, before we jump into some of our results? Cool. So great questions. I love this conversation. This is awesome. Very cool. Okay, so let me show you guys some of our result highlights. I want to walk you through a couple of these. So first of all, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to this. This is a pretty crazy bot. This one, we've had this blow up on us a few times. So if you want to put money into this, be careful, right? But this thing has been on a freaking tear. I don't know if you've been paying attention to this, but since June 24th, it's up 160%. Holy crap, this bot is doing well in kind of a straight line fashion. This one, like I said, we've had it blow up in the past, so definitely be careful with it. But if you ever feel that you want to do some gambling, this maybe is a pretty good option. I think you have better odds buying into something like this than you would buying into a lot of other gambling type things. 160% in, what is that? July, August, September, October, November, 5 months, 160%. Holy crap. So that's been doing really well. Here's another one. Here's our Pelosi bot. I talked about this earlier. She's been doing really well. Like if you're following our Pelosi bot, here's the latest one. I took a screenshot of it. The same thing, but basically it's up 11% since October 4th. So if you're just following Nancy Pelosi using our bot, you would have been up 11% since October 4th. So what is that? A month and a half, something like that, 6 weeks, 11%. And I want to put that into context. The S&P 500 is up 2.5% over that same time period, right? So we're talking about something like a 4 or 5x times the market that Nancy Pelosi has been doing. So really interesting bot there. We showed the back test. It did very well in the back test. If you forgot, this is what it looked like, right? 22% a year is what we got in our back tests. But recently, it's just been on a freaking tear. Like this thing is just taking off like a rocket ship. It's amazing. So those are two bots. Here's another bot. This is one that we've had around for quite some time. Diversified leverage. I do have real money in this. This is my actual $5,100 that's in here. Keeps going up. This thing is like on a tear. I'm up 44%, almost 45% in the past year or so. So since June 21st, up 45% almost. So doing quite well with that one. Not as crazy returns as the other ones that we have, but tried and true. This one we've had for quite a while now. Here's our Condor SPY 4 and SPY 9. I talked about these earlier today. These things have been doing really well. Like despite all the crazy stuff that happened during the election, if you guys know iron condors do not do well in high volatility times, like an election, especially a contentious election like what just happened, right? They don't tend to do very well. But these two versions survived that whole thing and actually made a lot of money during that time period, which is amazing. Like, holy crap, we have iron condors that can do well even in volatile periods. That's awesome, right? So I'm starting to feel very confident about these. I'm thinking these are ones that could do very well in pretty much any market condition because they do well when stocks are up, they do well when stocks are down, and they do well clearly now in high volatility as well. So I'm quite bullish on these two, which is also why we made those new ones. But to give you some ideas of numbers, here's our Martingale 9. I'll bring this up here. This is the latest, right? Since July 5th, it's up almost 15%. So is that July, August, September, October, November. So something like 5 months, 15%. It's pretty good return. Definitely a heck of a lot better than the stock market. And then SPY 4 is up even more. SPY 4 is up 17.5% since June. So that one's also about 5 months. I think so started around similar times, right? So this one is up 17.5% since June. I'm very excited about these new ones that we're launching. Basically, we now combine these two together and made them a little bit more aggressive. So I'm very excited to see what happens with the new ones that we make, because I think if these two can survive an election period, then the new ones that we created, I think, could also survive a similar kind of crazy period. And the returns are not, 30, 40, 50% a year. They're more like 100% a year. So I'm very interested in those new ones personally. So we're going to start running those. I think probably right after I'm done this conversation with you guys, I'm going to actually launch those bots and we'll actually start getting that data for it. So if that's the case, if we could double your money every year, holy crap, I want to put some good amount of cash into that. Cool. All right. So that's SPY 4 and SPY 9. And just as a refresher, this is the back test for SPY 4. We were expecting about a 35% a year. We're very much in line with that right now. And the SPY 9, we were expecting something like an 80% a year return. So I think the reason why we haven't hit that mark yet is just because it's been very volatile, right? It's election period. It just knew that, because it's paying attention to the VIX, it just decided to just not trade, right? It's like things are too crazy, stepping out. So that's why the return hasn't been as crazy, but it has made some very good decisions. As you can see here, it's very high win rate, right? When it does trade, it does make some good money every time it trades. So SPY 9, I would expect this one to do very well in the coming months as well, right? Because again, volatile period is over. We're now in a position where this thing can start really ramping up. Okay, and we can hit that 80% a year mark. Okay, and then I have one more to show you here. I talked about AlphaPix before. This thing is a freaking rock star. I told you I'm planning to put like 200K into this. I think this is an all-star bot. I think, maybe I'll even put more than 200K. I think, move almost like, maybe not $2 million, but a big chunk of our portfolio into this. Here's the results. Okay, so we talked about AlphaPix. This is how their picks do, right? And actually, this is one thing I took this yesterday. It's up actually even more today. 180% over like a 2.5 year period. It's quite good. But the thing is that we've actually improved on this, right? For those of you that follow us and been part of these Tuesday classes, you know that we actually took AlphaPix and we made some improvements on it. So we've been running these here. This is the regular AlphaPix, okay? This is how it's performed. Since August 20th, it's up 8.5%. So is that August, September, October. So 3 months, 8.5%. That's quite good. That definitely beats the stock market over that time period. I think over that time period, I wrote it down here. What was the result? Over that time period, the S&P was up 5.6%, right? So 5.6, the regular Seeking Alpha bot did 8.5. Okay, but Seeking Alpha in their AlphaPix, they have a really interesting thing where, and I can't show you this for legal reasons because I can't show you the actual list. You have to like pay for this thing, but they have ratings on it, right? They have buy, hold, and strong buy. Okay, so what we made is a bot that not only copies AlphaPix but also filters out a lot of stuff, right? So it filters out the hold ones. So if it's saying hold, just forget it. Don't even buy them, right? This is one that we call buy plus. This one is either it's saying to buy or strong buy. Only buy those. Forget about all the ones that are saying hold. Don't even touch those, okay? This one, instead of up 8.5%, over the same time period, it's up almost 21%. So way better results if we're just paying attention to buy and strong buy. And then we made another one that's only strong buy, and this one's up 24%. So clearly filtering out on top of AlphaPix, it seems like we could do a heck of a lot better than what they have here. I'm thinking if AlphaPix says 180% over 3 years or over 2.5 years, is what they've accomplished. Well, then what if we only took their strong buys? So far, we're getting something like triple their results. Is it possible that this would not be 180? Maybe this would be more like 300 or 400% over a 2-year time period. I don't think that's so crazy. I think that's potentially what could happen. So I'm really excited about this specific copy bot, because that's what this is. I really like what they're doing. We've had some really good results with it so far. Like I said, I'm moving a bunch more money into this because this is, I don't know, this is one of the craziest things I've seen. And this is only trading stocks. We actually made another version of this, and I guess I didn't write this down, but here's the options version of it. Still in testing, but we made another one that basically trades options for that, so adds in more leverage, right? That one's still in development, so maybe I should have put on our list because it is one of our new bots. So imagine, you take this and you filter for strong buy, and then you put options on it. Like, God knows how well that's going to do. So that's a pretty interesting whole dynamic there. All right, cool. So that's an update on a couple of our bots. We have a bunch of them. If you want to go through it, you can see in our Discord, and if you guys have access to that, you should have access to that if you're part of one of our things. Cool. So Avinash asks, if bot trades intraday, these strong buy alpha picks can improve returns further. Maybe. I mean, these are like buy and hold things, right? They're not really. This isn't a day trading algorithm, right? So if we trade them intraday, maybe. Do you have some ideas on like how you'd actually do that? Like what would you do? Like, because the signal that we're getting is specifically for like a buy and hold, right? So that's why, I'm a little hesitant about that, because that's what the signal is saying. So you just follow what the signal is, right? They're not giving us intraday trading signals, but maybe there's some way that we could do it with intraday as well. That's possible. Cool. Awesome. Okay, cool. Any questions around that? It's great. We've had, I love this dialogue that's going on. Shoot, I just realized I didn't go live on Instagram. Cool. Okay. All right. So let's talk about some of the more technical kind of side of things. So here's some tech improvements that we made for those of you that care about this stuff. Here's some improvements that we made to our code. We've made Tradier a lot more stable. We previously had a thing where Tradier was crashing like once every 100 or 200 days. We fixed that. We've made things like retry for orders. We've added in a bunch of cool stuff there. Interactive Brokers version 2 is actually done now. So if you guys want to run Interactive Brokers, you could run it now. It works a heck of a lot better than the one that we had before. And we actually have a really great documentation on it on how to do that and actually create another bot account. So Interactive Brokers is actually starting to work really well now. There's still a few kinks that we're working out. We're doing a little bit of bug fixing still, but for the most part, if you guys are interested in using Interactive Brokers, I think now is the time to do it, especially if you want to try it with paper trading, run it a little bit, maybe help us test it a bit, but it's working. It's pretty simple to get set up. If you look at our deployment guide, which here's our strategies, right? Let's say you go into one of our strategies, let's say Condor Martingale. This one actually works with it right now. And you go into our deployment guide, it'll show you how to do this, right? So basically you'll add in these environment variables. You put in your username, your password, your account ID if you want to trade a specific sub account. And you don't need this IP URL. You basically just need these three, right? You put that in to render when you're doing this, and you can actually have this thing trade Interactive Brokers. And it's all working. So if you guys need help with that, let me know. Feel free to book a call if you want some help actually going through that, because it is new. And it is still, we're still kind of working out all the kinks and everything. But if you guys want to have something run on Interactive Brokers, let me know, book a call, and we can go through that together. All right. We also added something brand new here. And this is, for those of you that are more technical and you're wondering what the heck this is, we added something called LumiWealth API key. And this is basically in anticipation of our new website that we're going to be launching, which we're making some really good progress on. I was hoping that we were going to launch it this week. I think it's going to take us maybe another 2 or 3 weeks because one of the guys working on it, he's on vacation right now for his sister's wedding. So it's been going a little slower than usual. But as soon as he gets back, we'll really kick this into high gear again. And I'm hoping we can launch our website in something like 2 or 3 weeks, including this new thing where you can put in this API key, and you'll, instead of tracking your algorithms in Discord like this, we're going to actually have a website, right? Where you'll be able to see it. You'll be able to zoom in, zoom out. How is it done today? You'll be able to watch it minute by minute. It's going to be really cool. So this website's going to be launched probably by the time we do our next monthly update. We'll actually have that website working, and we can talk about, you know, how you guys like it and how we can add in these AI features to it, because I want to actually make a little prototype for it. Like I said, we're going out raising money. I want to raise something like $1 million or $2 million for this idea. I think, you know, AI is hot. We could do some really interesting stuff here. And I think this is the future of building bots, is just build it with AI. You know, we can build this whole thing out, and I'm going to make a little prototype for you guys to play with. So maybe in the next month or two, we'll actually even have a little AI prototype that you can mess with on our website. Okay? So not only will we have a website, but we'll have this little AI feature that you guys can mess around with. So that's coming soon. And then we also launched Render. So for those of you that haven't been using Render yet, I'd highly recommend it. It is a lot easier to use than Replit. So if you check out Replit or check out Render, we've been doing workshops on it quite a bit. So check that out. Cool. If you guys want to install a new Lumibot, just this is how you do it. Just upgrade Lumibot if you want to use it. All right. Cool. And then in terms of what's coming next, here's a couple of things that we're working on. So the beta, like I said, of our website is almost launched. We're very excited about getting that out, because really, like I've said this a couple of times, our 3 KPIs, we care about 3 things in our business. We care about getting better returns. Of course, we want algorithms and bots that make people money. So we're always working on making better returns and improving on that. Number 2, we want ease of use, which is this website. We want to make it as easy as possible. I'm hoping that sometime early next year, we'll actually have a website where you don't have to use any of these Render or Replit anymore. You'll just click a button, it'll launch for you. You link your broker. It'll be very simple to launch this stuff. Right now, if you want to launch an algorithm, we do have support for that. You can get on a phone call. We have staff that can help you actually set that up and all that. But sometime early next year, this is going to be way, way easier to do. Right. So I'm really excited about this website. And again, we're raising money for that. We'll be adding AI features to it too. So really exciting stuff. We're also planning to create an updated algo trading course. I know I've been talking about this for a while. We've been preoccupied with some other things, but we're getting more and more people asking for this. So I think we're just going to bite the bullet. I'm just going to record some new classes soon for algo trading. So keep an eye out for that. I'm thinking maybe even next week or the week after, I'm just going to sit down and just record for a couple of days and get that out. And we're also doing this. This is something that a lot of people have been asking us for, is workshops at different times. So you may have noticed last week we had a workshop at 2 p.m. Eastern. Today we're doing it at 4 p.m. Eastern. It's very different times than what we used to do. So let me know if you guys want to do different times, if there's specific times a day, or if you want to do things on weekends. You know, we're trying to be more flexible with the hours now, because we're seeing people from all around the world. We're getting people from like Germany, Australia, UK, like Luxembourg is someone that new that just signed up. All over the place. We're getting people from all over the world. So we're now trying to accommodate all these different schedules that people have. So keep an eye out for that. So if you have specific time frames, let me know. We can do, we can do it all over the place. Instead of, we've always done it at like 8 p.m. Eastern. Personally, that's messing with my sleep habits a little bit. But also, I know a lot of other people around the world, they prefer having, things earlier in the day and things like that. So today's actually kind of an example of that too. Right? Anything else that you guys would want to see? Let me know if there's any other features that you guys are interested in or you want to see. I know we talked about the AI. That's definitely something that we're pursuing. But if there's any other features, let me know.
I just got a question. Can you tell me what Render is? I don't know what that is.
Render is how we launch our algorithms. So let's say if you go into, it's basically like AWS, right? If you know what AWS is, or Google Cloud, or Microsoft Azure, right? This is, we deploy our bots to Render, right? So you'll go click on deploy to Render for one of our bots. I don't know if you've ever done that before, but you click on that, and then it's just really simple to launch a bot, right? You basically do this, you fill in a couple blanks, and you're done, right? Whereas before we were using a different service called Replit, which was just a lot more work, right? So we're constantly trying to make this easier and easier and easier, right? So I'd say, back in the day, you had to run this on your computer, figure out how to do it yourself. That's, only coders are really able to do that. Then we introduced Replit, which made, pretty much anyone be able to launch a bot. But it took maybe, 20, 30, 40 minutes for people to do it. Render now, I think, has cut that time in half. And then now the next step is going to be us building our own website where you can launch it directly from our website. So it's the whole effort of just making things easier and easier and easier to launch these things. And Render just, it's a website. It's like AWS. It hosts your algorithm for you. It just makes it really easy to do this stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. That makes sense? Cool. Anything else? Any other questions or anything else that you guys would want to see in terms of features? I'm always looking for, some feedback. Let me know what you guys want to see. We're building these products for you guys. So, Okay, cool. All right, so let's talk about our plans. For those of you that are not signed up, I do know a bunch of you guys here already are subscribers, so you can ignore this part. But for those of you that are not subscribers, these are our plans. You can see this on our website too. Let me share lumiwealth.com. This is our website. So if you want to sign up, go to lumiwealth.com. And I don't know why it keeps doing that. And basically scroll down to see plans. You could also read about all of our features and all the things that we have. Here's our plans. Starter plan is $1,000 sign up fee, and then $100 a month afterwards. So $999 sign up, and then $99 a month afterwards. These are all the features you get. You get a bunch of our algorithms. You get to participate in our live algo building sessions. You get workshops to help you run these algorithms. You get our algorithmic trading course. You get our Python for Finance training course to get access to our community. You get help with setup and installation. We actually walk you through that, so we make sure that this works for you. We found that that's been very helpful for our customers. A lot of people really like that feature. You get our trading signals, which I was showing you, and then you also get 5 algorithms that we give to you, including the Condor Martingale, including diversified leverage. A few of the bots I showed you today are going to have access to that in the starter plan. So really good deal right now. We do have a Black Friday sale going on, which I'll talk about in a second, 30% off, right? So you can save quite a bit of money right now for Black Friday, literally $300, right, on the starter plan. And also we're going to be raising this price soon because we're starting to get really good track record and we're seeing a lot more demand for our products. Our competitors are charging $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 for this stuff. So we want to start lining up with what our competitors are charging, because I know we can charge that much. And getting that kind of financing also helps us build our company, all that kind of stuff. So right now it's $1,000 and 30% off, but expect this to probably double by the end of the year. Right? This will be $2,000 by January 1st, if not sooner. All right. So that's a starter plan. Our pro plan, which is our most popular plan, most of you guys here that I know are signed up are I think you guys are all on the pro plan, basically. Most of you guys. Pro plan is $2,000 sign up fee. Also, again, Black Friday deal right now, so that nixes it down to, was that $1,400? Yeah, $1,400 right now with the Black Friday deal. So you're saving a lot of money. $600 with the Black Friday deal, and then $200 a month afterwards. This gives you access to all of our algorithms, right? So all the algorithms that we have, all the ones that we talked about today, all the ones we're going to build in the future, you're going to get access to all of those. So it's one heck of a deal. Again, this price is going up. We're probably going to double this by the end of the year. We're going to make this $4,000 by the end of the year. So right now you have a chance of getting it for $1,400 as one hell of a deal. Right. So main difference between pro and starter is you get all the algorithms as opposed to just 5 of them. You also get access to all the code that we build. So in the starter plan, you get to be part of the live building sessions. With pro plan, you also get the code that we build there too, because you get access to all the algorithms. So you get all the code, right? And you also get access to all the recordings and all that of our building sessions, right? So pro plan, most popular plan right now. $2,000, but Black Friday deal brings that down to $1,400. Right. And then if you're serious about this stuff and you want to really build some cool stuff and you want us to help you out with that, that's our all access plan. That one's $5,000 to sign up and then $400 a month afterwards. And we can actually help you build algorithms, right? So if you're interested in building stuff or if you have an idea in mind, we can actually help you build that out with this all access plan. I know someone signed up for it recently. We're spending a bunch of time going through things together. So if you need some help building stuff, if you want to get access to all of our courses, we have white glove installation done for you. We can do a lot of stuff for you. 2 hours of custom coding per month. So if you need help with that, you'll get me on the phone to actually write code. For those of you that are part of our Tuesday session, you know we could get a lot done in 2 hours. 2 hours is quite a bit of time to build algorithms. You're going to get set up and monitoring the algorithms, and then you're going to get all of our algorithms, all the things that we have available, right? So if you're really serious, you want to build some cool stuff, you have some custom things you want to build, that's all access plan. We can help you out with that stuff there, right? And again, also 30% off. So that's what, $1,500 less. So it's really $3,500 instead of $5K. And this we're also going to be increasing in price. I don't know if we're going to double it. These two are going to double the price. All access, we haven't decided on the price yet. We might double it. We might do a little less than that, but this will be going up in price as well. So this one right now, $5,000, and Black Friday deal brings it down to $3,500. Right. Cool. And speaking of the Black Friday deal, here's the coupon code for those of you that want to sign up. It is BF2024, Black Friday 2024. Right. Just type that in at checkout. So basically you'll go here. Let's say you want to do the pro plan, click learn more. And then you'll add to cart. Okay, and then you'll put in your coupon code here, right? So you put in your coupon code, you'll go BF 2024, apply coupon, and you get that coupon code, and you see that knocks you down. You save $600 because of it, right? Okay, awesome. And of course, it's a Black Friday deal, so it's only valid until December 4th, right? So keep that in mind. This is not valid forever. Not only is this sale going to be done by December 4th, but we're also going to be doubling our prices pretty much across the board, right? So just keep that in mind. Cool. All right, and that's pretty much everything. Any questions that you guys have about anything? Here's your chance to ask any kind of questions that you have. I know you guys have been pretty good questions throughout, so I don't know, but ask me anything, you know, whatever questions you guys might have.
Hey, Robert, quick question for you, actually, too. First one is, I think I got kicked off of GitHub. So who do I just call support and to find out what happened, or?
Yeah.
Whatever.
So what we did is we basically just we cleaned up a lot of our GitHub. Anyone that we didn't know who it was, we just kind of just removed it. So go on our website. You weren't the only one, so don't think you're a single out or anything like that. We got rid of a bunch of people. Yeah.
Go ahead.
You can click on this chat with us now at the bottom right, and you could send a notification there and someone will take care of you, right? Or you could send a message to, I believe, support@lumiwealth.com. Right, so support@lumiwealth.com.
The other question I had is, as far as watching a video regarding setting up with Render, is that last video you put together about 6-7 days ago the best one to watch?
Yeah, that's probably the best one to watch. We kind of do the same thing each time around. So if you go on our YouTube, it's available just on our YouTube, right? So
yeah, saw it. It looked good. And then we can no longer mess with Replit. Then we can kick that to the curb.
I mean, if you want to use it, you still can, right?
But I mean, for me, easy. You know me, easy is better. I mean, So if I just switched over to the easier way of using the other one, then Replit's no longer. I mean, I'm paying I think some usage fees or something. Might as well get rid of it then.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why we switched to Render as well, is it's just cheaper. Because Replit keeps raising their prices. Like originally they're pretty cheap. They're like $10 a month. Now they're like $20 or $25 a month. And it's like a lot of people started complaining about that, which makes sense. It's a lot of money to pay for one bot. Whereas Render is only going to be $7 a month per bot. So you actually save some money switching over to them. So it's easier and cheaper.
Okay, so no, if you're interested in that, there's no need to keep Replit around that.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. And if you ever need help, you could always book a call. So go to under our website, more, book a demo, and just book a call here. Right? If you,
Okay.
you can, you'll probably get Tommy on the line, who can actually walk you through this. Tommy or Alicia, and they can actually walk you through how to set this thing up. Right?
Yeah. I'm still interested in doing that butterfly, that kind of walk-in butterfly idea with you. I just need to get a good handle on it so I can explain it to you so we can put it together. So
Yeah.
I'll be hitting you up for that sometime in the future.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let me know. Whenever you want to work on that, we can get together and build it.
Sure, you bet.
Cool. Awesome.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, no problem. Cool. Any other questions, guys?
Hey, Rob, I got another question.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've been a long subscriber for like 2 years, and honestly, I didn't even know that I got cut off. If I continue and sign up with the new one, is there going to be like some kind of alert that notifies me that I cut off? 'Cause my credit card got stolen inside of it. That's why I got cut off. So,
Okay.
I don't know, is there going to be notification if I do the subscription and I do get cut off again?
You should have gotten emails. I mean, if you didn't get any emails, then maybe they're
They
going
got
to your
spam.
spam or something. Yeah.
Mhm.
So you
Okay.
should have been notified about that. So maybe check
All
your
right.
spam folder, because it sounds like we're going. That's where we're heading with our emails.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem. And if you want to get signed up again, book a call. You know, I shared the link here in the chat, so feel free to book a call. We can walk you through all that. And not only can we get you signed up again, but we could also get you all set up so you could run some of these things. All right.
Okay. Cool, man. Thanks.
Cool. No problem. Awesome. Any other questions, guys? Cool.
I think the only thing left is for you to go have dinner with your youngster.
Yeah, I can hear him downstairs right now. I guess he woke up. So yeah, it's about that time, dinner time, and hanging out with the kid for a little bit. Exactly.
Good, good.
Awesome. All right. Well,
Well, thanks for,
sorry, you were saying?
yes, thanks for everything. Appreciate it. It's great to see the overview, and it's enjoyed Tuesdays. I think I enjoyed more tonight because it was kind of a blast of what's going on. Suddenly we've been a micro or just a dive into on Tuesdays. Now you get the 30,000 foot view, and it looks pretty good from here.
Awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed it. You know, this is fantastic. We actually had a lot more people show up than I expected. We didn't have that many people sign up for it, but we actually got a lot more people actually showing up. So clearly there's some demand for this. So I'm glad that you like this. I'm glad that this is something that's helpful for you. Yeah. The whole point of this is that, you know, you're right. Cause on Tuesday nights, like we get into the weeds, we build stuff, we're heads down, like building. Whereas, you know, this is meant to be kind of like, look at all the things we have, you know what's available. The workshop, I try to do that too, you know, talk about the different algorithms we have, whatever. So people kind of get that higher level overview, right? I think when we run our website, they'll be easier to do. But as of right now, just the nature of our business, we kind of need to do that sort of update so people know what we have. Because a lot of times we'll talk to people and they don't even know that we have these features. I'm like, shoot, you know, like we could do that very easily for you. But, you know, so this is the intent to do that sort of thing, right? So I'm glad that
Love it.
you
Thanks.
found it useful. Yeah, no problem.
Rob, I forgot that one more question. So right now, you need to probably get into render. Is there other stuff that we need to get into in order to backtest these bots?
Well, if you want to back test them, that's a different story. Render is to run them. If you want to back test them, you'd be running that off your computer or off of maybe something like Replit. I think your computer is easier to do back testing. If you want help with that, get me on a phone call and we can go through that, or we could do that on a Tuesday night.
Right, but where are you getting the data from? The update, the feed from the stocks.
We use Polygon as a data source.
So do we also got to get Polygon account?
If you want to do back testing, you need to use Polygon. They have a free tier, so you can go back up to 2 years for free. It is a little slow if you're back testing options, but if you're back testing like stocks, it works just fine for free as long as 2 years is enough. But then they do have pricing plans if you want to go back further than 2 years, or if you want to work faster for you, they have different price points for stocks, options, and all that kind of stuff. All right. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. we could always get on a call. I could walk you through all this stuff if you want to get up to speed.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Here's a link to my calendar if you want it. Cool. Awesome. All right. Any other questions, guys? Awesome. Well, it's been a pleasure. For those of you guys that are subscribers, awesome. Hopefully you guys run some of these new things and you get some great results from it. For those of you that aren't subscribers, what are you waiting for? You know what I mean? This is the best time to buy this. You know, things are on sale. We're not raising prices yet. So, you know, sign up. Let's get you guys part of our Tuesday sessions, and let's build some really cool stuff. All right. Cool. All right. Hope you guys have a good night. It's been a pleasure. And I'll see you guys probably next week. Bye.
Well, thank you, Rob. Have a good one, guys.
Got it, Rob.
Have a good one.
Have a good night, Rob.
You too.
All right.